Saints Nation, welcome back. It feels too long since the last time I've got an opportunity to talk to you all. It would have been since last Sunday, of course, because we are back here once again for some TESPA Collegiate Cold War. This time, of course, our St. Clair College squad going up against the University of Texas Dallas in best of five action. My name is Dan Banner, also known as Mr. Danner, is going to be our host here once again for another matchup here on the Saints Gaming CA stream. A big thank you to everybody for tuning in for this match. Definitely looking forward to it. Week one of TESPA Collegiate Cold War. St. Clair made it look stupid easy versus their two matches last Saturday and last Sunday. We got to take a look at last Sunday's where that was a convincing 3-0. And then Saturday was off stream, but from what we got the report of, it was the exact same thing. For the matchup tonight, of course, best of five action maps that we are going to be playing on. We do have, for game one, it's going to be Hardpoint, of course, but it's going to be on Moscow. Then game two for Search and Destroy, going to be on Garrison. I don't think we have that one. We never got to get the chance to do that map last week because it went too quickly. And we're going to have Crossroads. We've seen Crossroads, I believe, twice last Sunday. And Crossroads, that's game three. That one's for Control as well. Then if it does end up going to a game number 4, it is going to be Crossroads again, but this time for Hardpoint. And lastly, Checkmate, Search and Destroy as the decider if it does get to a game 5 scenario. Meanwhile, for your starting lineup here for your St. Clair College squad, it is going to be, of course, Captain and Coach, a.k.a. Lavelle, Dawson Lavelle, back once again, this time alongside Swizz, Priestley, and Sauce for tonight's action. Of course, 4v4 compared to the 5v5 that we were used to back in Modern Warfare. An interesting but still very competitive change. But we're just in process of getting this lobby ready. Unfortunately, I think one of the players on the side of the University of Texas is on a PS4. And for whatever reason, PS4s right now have been notoriously bad at disconnecting from lobbies. So we're just trying to get that figured out right now. Within 5 minutes or so, we should hopefully be hopping into game number 1, of course. That will be the Moscow Hardpoint matchup. Looking forward to seeing how this squad does. I remember during Sunday's matchup, it seemed like everybody was absolutely popping off. Swizz was it felt like your main objective holder. He's one for the hard point. He'll put himself on the point to make sure that St. Clair is getting all the points necessary. Meanwhile, Priestley and Sauce, absolute elimination masters, it felt like on Sunday. And then Lavelle, just his stat line may not always look the prettiest, but it's because he's trying to manipulate the spawns, of course, in the way Call of Duty works. I know most of the players are still trying to figure out how it goes, but Lavelle not afraid to put himself basically behind enemy lines if it means that his team get to respawn there after the fact. So that should be the idea of what we'll have for our team, the kind of roles that they'll be picking up. But it looks like they're still going to need a few minutes here. So I'm going to quickly try and help them out here with this lobby, and we'll get back to the action very shortly. Do apologize for the delay, but we'll get on with it as soon as we get everybody lobbied up. Thanks for bearing with us. Is this a promise or a spoiler? That was from last week. Sorry about that. We'll be right back. All right, game number 1 between St. Clair College and the University of Texas just about to get underway here. Finally getting things started, and sure enough, Lavelle going to be the first one to find this elimination. But right now, on the University of Texas, on their squad, we have Mr. Pistachio, we have Kane, we have Fiasco, and Invage on the side of the University of Texas. We do see hardpoint number 1 dead center right here in middle of the map, and right now Priestley finding himself a nice takedown alongside Swizz, able to just make this spot work, but until he gets dropped as he tries to get the points, right now University of Texas are going to be able to start cashing in on this point, at least for the time being. Fiasco going to go down. Sauce finding himself a double, gets it nice and quick. He's able to get a little bit more additional points here. Of course, Texas taking that quick lead, but of course still extremely early here in this matchup. Swizz found himself a double off the screen as well. And sure enough, Swizz already ready at this next point. Going to start putting some points on the board for St. Clair. Priestley in position, finds Pistachio, takes him down as well. Fiasco's taken out as well. And right now, Priestley, decent position, going to pass through this smoke, try and find himself something. Not going to be successful this time by. He's going to go straight through the smoke. Going to try and play his luck here. Is going to be able to find Fiasco, but does get taken down in return. Sauce and Lavelle are both on site right now. We did see Sauce take one out, where Invage got taken down. Sauce off point now, so this is going to get some points on the board here for University of Texas. Lavelle closest as of this moment until we do see number 4. That is going to be Swizz. Moving forward, gets taken down, however. Sauce, last one alive, try and make something happen here. He is going to be able to move forward, but this point is down to about 10 seconds left, so the rest of the teams looking to transition over. We do see Fiasco on the side of the University of Texas already there, ready to capture this point. So it's going to be in Lavelle, the first line of attack for St. Clair, unless the flanking Priestley can make something happen here as well. Lavelle looking to possibly make the peak, but we do see Priestley move in again, finds one. Lavelle got taken down by a Kane, so he's going to be the 3-on-3 now, as we do see Swizz and Sauce both on site as well. Moving forward, Pistachio goes down off the shots from Sauce. Swizz finds Fiasco as well. Saints might be able to take this down if they can deal with Invage, but they're not going to be able to do so. This point, 30 seconds left, pretty well unattended. Neck and neck battle here between these two teams here so far. Kane right here on the point, going to contest it. Priestley kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. As soon as he peeks, he's going to get absolutely smoked, and sure enough, Kane's going to finish him off. That being said, we do have Swizz on the flank from behind. Can he find somebody? He finds Invage, but he's not going to be able to take it down Pistachio. We have Priestley trying to make the rounds as well. Finds Pistachio, gets the revenge kill of sorts, but 5 seconds left on the point. Kane going to be going down, so those last little bit of points will be gone to waste. But Sauce and Lavelle already nearby here for this next point. But at the same time, University of Texas is right there as well. Lavelle diving through the smoke, finds himself one. Kane right there, then he's going to be able to get taken down by Kane. But we do have Priestley with the flank, does take Kane down. But at the same time, we do see Pistachio trying to make the flank on the Saints squad, and he's barely going to get taken down, however. Sauce going to take him out, but he does get refragged nice and quick. So actually, this is solid hold here now for this side of University of Texas. They have a lot of members hanging on, getting different sight lines and whatnot. Priestley going to find one, going to get tossed out as well. Sauce going down. Lavelle inside the bus trying to make something happen. Take some peek shots here, finds Kane, looks for Invage as well. Invage crouching, making sure he can't get smoked, and actually peeks out right at the right time, takes him down. Sauce trying to get the revenge kill as well. Does find Invage. Swizz finds one as well. But now with the seconds ticking down, it's going to go over back to the middle. But we do have Priestley ready and waiting as he takes down Pistachio on point. Was getting a couple points, but right now it is under contest again. Fiasco with the sneak attack of sorts onto the Saints, but it is going to be cleaned up. Lavelle finding Kane to finish that one off. Trophy systems keeping the Saints safe right now from at least any sort of grenade shenanigans. But we do have Swizz and Lavelle both on site. Pistachio going to get taken down by Lavelle. We have Swizz coming around the corner. Can he find Fiasco? He's going to be able to get the first opening shots. Is going to find one. And I think that was actually Sauce who's going to be able to clean up the other one. This point here right in the center, the Saints are looking much more primed and ready for compared to the areas like near the bus and whatnot. It is back under contest, though. We see Kane moving forward, gets himself smoked. Lavelle does go down. This flips back over to the University of Texas' side. Very close match so far here on this Moscow hard point, but we're going to be moving over to this next hard point. Just a little bit off center, off to the right. And we do have who's going to get there first. It looks like Swizz, but there is some smoke here. Could be a little bit irritating to try and go through, but he's going to actually do this nicely. He gets that trophy system out to keep him safe from grenades at least. But he's going to actually be safe to just keep on taking these points for the time being. The rest of the Saints squad seems to be taking care of him. He pops up right at the right time, takes down Invasion, goes right back under cover. A lot of the other Saints are dropping in the meantime, but he's been able to hang on to this, and the Saints are still getting points from this. Kane looking to make the move up. He is spotted, but he's going to get himself spotted as well. Swizz taking down Lavelle and Sauce both nearby, trying to make a move. Lavelle first to get into the zone, but it's going to be Sauce who gets taken down, and Lavelle gets pistoled down by Invage. So solid job there from University of Texas to keep hold of this point. Tied game 115-115 for at least the briefest of seconds there. So we do see University of Texas take this lead once again. But now Saints ready and waiting at this next point. Okay, with a point under contest, Saints had themselves a bit of a lead, but it just gets completely destroyed. Swizz got one, but it was not going to be enough to turn that one around. As we see Invasion, I think that's Kane and Fiasco all on point. Kane making the run for it, but Sauce is going to take him down. Priestley gets taken down as well by Pistachio. Lavelle on point, does not win that gunfight up against Fiasco. And Saints are now looking from the outside here as the rest of the reinforcements from the University of Texas are here. They're ready to defend. Lavelle gets taken down pretty quickly here. Sauce trying to make the way around here with the point with the transition. Fiasco actually takes Sauce out. So unfortunately for them, this is going to be possibly this hardpoint flips over, and it's going to go right back into the hands of the University of Texas. Once again, Saints looking from the outside, trying to make something happen. Kane off to the side does get the win versus Swizz, but Priestley gets the refrag, but does not find the one player in the bus. Lavelle, closest Saint for the time being, alongside Sauce. And try and get something happen. There we go. Sauce does find Pistachio. Lavelle moving forward, going to try and get some points on. He does have control of the point right now. He's looking for Fiasco. Priestley is going to find Fiasco. Priestley finds himself another one. Goes on an absolute tear, but then gets taken down from behind. The Spawn's actually catching St. Clair by surprise a little bit. Sauce, and I believe that is Priestley, now here ready to try and defend. But all four of the members of the University of Texas were ready and waiting to try and contest. We now see Sauce trying to go for Pistachio. Not going to happen. Kane picks him up. But Lavelle does end up cleaning it up. But the next point's right around the corner. Lavelle doesn't realize it. From behind, Invage was right there. Fiasco actually took him down as well. So it's going to be Invage first on the side of University of Texas to get to this point, start capturing it as quick as possible. Priestley on site here alongside Swizz. And the rest of the Saints are short to follow. Lavelle finds Fiasco, looks for Kane, not going to find him. Then we have Sauce finds Pistachio as well. This time, St. Clair, it was not necessarily the cleanest of takes, but they were able to start getting at least a little bit of points here on this spot. But unfortunately, Priestley getting taken down, and the Saints just got absolutely cleaned up here. Essentially a raid wipe on the midpoint. And University of Texas going to absolutely benefit from this. But actually, Priestley with the long shot going to take the player off of the point. So there was a good couple seconds there that actually went by where University of Texas did not get themselves any points whatsoever. So nice cheeky little shot there from Priestley to find that one. That being said, the next hard point is around the corner. We do see Fiasco already there, ready and waiting, going to get taken down. Priestley finds himself the double. This could be the opening Saints need to get control of this. And sure enough, Swizz back on the point, ready and hiding behind as much cover as possible. But it's going to be a two-pronged attack here. We see Priestley goes down. Pistachio makes his presence known. Swizz not going to find the shot, unfortunately. So it's going to be University of Texas taking care of this to start things off. Lavelle, bit of a long angle shot here. But he's going to be spotted out pretty quickly by Kane and Invage, taking care of Swizz as well. Saints on the outside looking in once again. All the Saints pushing through, but it's going to be Sauce first one to go down. Swizz gets taken down pretty quickly, and another wipe here for St. Clair. Everybody gets taken down. They're going to have to just look for this next hard point because they are not breaching this in the slightest. Sauce gets caught off guard. Swizz is going to try and make something happen. Didn't have his gun ready and waiting. And actually a good little cutoff here from the University of Texas. Going to really slow things up. Swizz is going to find one elimination, but he's going to have the attention of the rest of this University of Texas squad, and he's going to try and win it. Does get it versus Fiasco. This could be the opening. Can he squeak in, though? Right now, the point is not captured by either side. Just going to waste. Pistachio is going to find Swizz. Did he buy enough time now for the rest of the Saints to get here? We're going to ride along with Priestley. Finds Pistachio. Looks for Kane as well, but Kane going to get the best of him this time. And it's going to be enough time for the University of Texas to get themselves to that 250. And University of Texas are going to win game number 1. Looking strong here on this Moscow hardpoint. I'm curious to see how they'll do when it comes to search and destroy. Throw it back here for the time being. So a bit of a rougher one for side of St. Clair. They were keeping up for a bit, but it just seemed near the very tail end that the University of Texas Dallas were just doing a fantastic job of cutting off the Saints when it came to rotating to the next point. Initially, Swizz was always there. He would get it. But then they did clue in, like in the last couple seconds, okay, they're on their way, and they were able to shut down St. Clair every single time to the point where first contest was either given over to the University of Texas Dallas, or it was just in a neutral state, but yet Texas still had the control out of it. So a solid start for the University of Texas, really going to be giving our St. Clair squad a run for their money. This is what I like to see. I say it time and time again here on the Saints channel, of course, that as much as we're here for the home team, as much as I love seeing our Saints win, what I like more is seeing a good game. So I don't like seeing blowouts all the time, one way or the other. I like seeing our teams have a challenge, and it looks like the University of Texas Dallas is going to be doing exactly that. So we could be in for, is it too early to call it a Game 5 kind of match? I feel like it's too early, but at the same time, it definitely seems to be that kind of pace. So while we get ready to set up for this search and destroy, in fact, let me double check to see which was again. It's Garrison. So Garrison, like I was saying before, we never got the opportunity to see Saints on Garrison last week because it was the Game 4 map, and it was always 3-0, so we never got to see it, let alone for search and destroy. Search being, it's kind of weird for the Saints. It's either they crush it or they get crushed. It felt like there may have been one or two like outliers that like is going to try and prove me wrong here, but for the most part, if they feel either super comfortable or they just get stomped on it. So either way, this should be an exciting one. Getting ready to hop into game number 2 momentarily. And by the way, everybody at home, if you just either haven't like thought about trying out or whatnot, why don't you start thinking about it for this September coming up? Because, of course, we are always recruiting here at St. Clair College, and we have ourselves a massive recruiting combine happening December 1st to 3rd, where tryouts are just going to be happening all over the place for Call of Duty Cold War. Going to be an exciting time. I know Dawson's definitely looking forward to that as well. But as you can tell, this team is a tough one. Like they set the bar high, but if you think you can push it higher, be sure to sign up at our Discord, of course, Discord GG Saints Gaming CA, and join our recruitment. Get your name out there and see if maybe I'll be casting you next semester or next fall. We are just in process of getting this one ready. Nearly there. It's around real quick. There we go. Don't mind me. Definitely not talking to myself as I set things up, but it is what it is. Okay, there we go. So, got to see what happens this time by with I'm looking forward to seeing the St. Clair College's operations for the attacking side of things. For the most part, it's felt like the attacking side has been maybe a little bit more comfortable for the Saints overall. But I could just be thinking of Cold War. Or not Cold War, I could be thinking of Modern Warfare instead. But nonetheless, looking forward to seeing how this happens. As of right now, like I was saying, it's been the last search and destroy I saw, it was a 7-1. So Saints or a 6-1. Either way, Saints crushed it, but that one was on checkmate. So this is going to be a different map nonetheless. You get to see how this University of Texas squad does as well. Looking forward to seeing it, but it looks like it'll just be a quick second unless they're actually waiting on me. And sure enough, they are waiting on me. So trying to keep track of too many things at once, but sure enough, we're going to be hopping into game 2 just around the corner. There we go. All right. All set up. Good to go. Get to see how St. Clair holds up on this Garrison map. I know Garrison hasn't necessarily been my personal favorite in terms of... excuse me. This is why I don't have chat open. Anyway, hopping into the game number 2, right around the corner. Of course, University of Texas, Dallas. I would squeak the Dallas in there, but unfortunately, I don't have enough space here on the overlay. So apologies to anybody in the chat who may be offended at that. But try to fix that up for the next round here. Okay, starting things off, St. Clair going to be on the attack once again. We do see Lavelle with the sniper. Going to be trying to make a long-range pick here, but actually Priestley going to be the first one to find one, but it's going to be Lavelle going down pretty quickly. Fiasco going to take care of him there. Of course, Search and Destroy. You only have one life to try and make this happen. This way is going to be going down. We have Priestley and Sauce, last ones alive here for the Saints. Invage, and actually I was reading that backwards, but it does not matter. A little bit of an awkward warm-up here on my parts. I do apologize for that, but it's going to be St. Clair picking up the first rounds here in this one as they are on defense. The colors kind of threw me off a little bit. Apologize about that one. But nonetheless, solid start here for St. Clair. Cleaned it up. It was a nice 2-2 battle up until that last little point where we do see, I believe it's this Sauce who just pops off and finds himself a quick double. It's one way to get things done. Now we'll get to see what happens for St. Clair on the attacking side of things. Okay, it's going to be Swizz who's going to be the carrier in this case. Look at see which side they decide to go to. Of course, be a little bit closer, but kind of like heavily contested. Meanwhile, A is only kind of covered by one player at the moment, so we'll have to see how they move forward. You see Pistachio going to be going down. Priestley going to find the initial frag here in this attacking round. Sauce keeping an eye, does notice that Fiasco is up there. Priestley and Sauce and Swizz all just got dropped extremely quickly, so it's all going to be down to Lavelle. A solid defense. Oh, and he just unfortunately misses Invage off the shot. Going to be running for the hills now. He's going to probably have to be stuck playing the long game here. As of right now, I believe he just has the sniper rifle, and that is a hard weapon to try and do this 1v3 with. Invage barely trying to bait out the shot here from Lavelle. I think he does know he's there. So Lavelle going to go think about going up to the high ground. He's going to have to deal with two of them, and you cannot do that as the sniper. So University of Texas picking one back up nice and quick. Okay, Saints back on defense, and we're going to see that is going to be Fiasco, who's going to be the carrier here for the University of Texas, Dallas. And looking like they're going to be moving towards that B site. We do see Sauce taking the vent. Looking for Pistachio, going to drop shot him. Is going to successfully take him down there. be well contested. We do see Saints all in position. Swizz with a bit of a crossfire down this center way. Kind of puts himself in an odd spot. Might allow Fiasco to squeak through here. Meanwhile, let's see, number 5. That's going to be Lavelle all the way with the sniper again. Long shots, but not going to find anybody. Maybe he just got a piece of Fiasco. Relay that information over to the Saints squad. Meanwhile, we have Fiasco just above ground here. Invage taking a little bit of heat, but can they make something happen here with the bomb in hands? Try to force Sinclair's hand a little bit. Pistachio down. Got to make something happen within these next 30 seconds, but of course Sauce still there, ready to pop out of this vent at any point in time, and of course Fiasco is not too far away. Could get the jump on them. Lavelle does find Invage. Unfortunately, he was sitting there for a good couple seconds, too. Almost could have gotten the shot off, but misses his mark. Kane looking to make the shot on Swizz, but Swizz is going to find that one. Fiasco finds Sauce. But now, Swizz is going to be going down. It is all down to 1, and sure enough, they are going to be able to clean that one up. A very quick finish to that one here, as this is going to be going over to Priestley for the finish. Fiasco went for that plant. It did get stopped. Finds Fiasco, finds Invage, and of course Pistachio is already down and out, so a nice play from Priestley to keep that one in Saints' favor, putting them ahead. So far, defense has been the name of the game for this matchup. Invage versus Priestley. Priestley going to get one frag, but it's not going to be for nothing. Invage did take Swizz out as well. So that was the initial carrier for St. Clair, getting picked off right off the start. Lavelle switching off the sniper rifle. I don't mind that pick in the slightest. Lets him get a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more involved, but he's going to lose this first fight. Priestley going to find one, and Priestley going to get himself a second as Pistachio does go down. All down to Kane here on the side of the University of Texas, Dallas. Just has to try and defend this out, but he's looking at that B site. Meanwhile, all of St. Clair looking towards A. It's going to be able to get planted pretty well uncontested. You have Kane with the rifle ready and waiting, but he does not realize what's going down until this moment. Realizes the bomb is right on the opposite end. He's going to try and find the one. Priestley and Sauce versus Kane. Can he make this one happen? I find trying to do these 1 versus X with a sniper rifle is always rather difficult. I'd be definitely impressed if he could try to pull it off. He's going to get the pistol. He's going to find Priestley. Can he find Sauce? He's not going to be able to do so. Sauce going to clutch it up here for St. Clair. A valiant effort, actually, on the side of University of Texas, Dallas, as that was actually extremely close. Solid job there from Kane, but unfortunately could not clean it up. St. Clair going to win this attacking round and put themselves in the lead. Okay, line of scrimmage, of course, coming out here from the Saints. Fiasco going to be taking a little bit of heat to start things off, but not going to go down. Going to retreat for the time being as they're looking closer and closer towards that B site. Once again, we see Sauce finds Fiasco once again, but not going to be able to find the shots he was looking for. Slightest of stalemates, but it's actually going to be Priestley who finds the first elimination from outside, actually. But then Swizz does get taken down nice and quick as well, gets picked off. There we go. Sauce going to find Invage as well. 2v3 moving forward as the bomb does get planted at the B site. So St. Clair's got their work cut out for them here. Priestley and Lavelle versus Kane. Kane goes down. Fiasco is also here as well. Where is Priestley at? Does find Fiasco. He's going to go down. Lavelle versus Fiasco. And it's going over to the University of Texas. He peeks the corner, and sure enough, Lavelle does not quite spot him out in time. Fiasco coming in clutch after getting that bomb down initially, and then able to clean things up rather quickly. He found Sauce peeking out here, and that was one of the ways he got started here in that defense, or on that attack rather. So solid job. Looking at the chat, apparently the Dawson Lavelle fan club is here. Let's hear it in the chat, of course, for your Saints. But if there's anybody from University of Texas, Dallas, by all means, the cheering goes both ways here. I want to hear it from both. Saints on attack this time by, and it's going to be first one going down. Swizz, the carrier, gets taken down nice and quick. Lavelle going to try maybe find Fiasco, but Fiasco's not going to be able to get taken down just yet. Sauce gets picked off, so it's now, this one just completely got destroyed on the side of St. Clair. Beautifully done from the University of Texas. A seriously beautiful round from them to tie this up 3-3. Holy smokes, that was a speed run. And sure enough, it's Pistachio from below. Finds one, and I think he finds himself another as well. Who peeks out here? Sure enough, Sauce right back in the same spot, goes for the duel, but instead it is going to be picked up by Pistachio. Nicely done. I'll tell you what, the initial hardpoint map between these two was absolutely back and forth as well. And it looks like we're getting the same thing here for this Search and Destroy here on Garrison. Love what I'm seeing between these two teams. Okay, Priestley finds one. Fiasco going to go down. Can he find himself another? Oh, no, this is actually the complete reverse of that last round. It's all down the Kane now with the sniper rifle to try and take down 4. I don't think this is going to happen here unless Kane is absolutely a legend. That's a lot of work cut out for him. And you see, he's schmoving, but he is going to be taken down eventually. So St. Clair answering that dominant round from the University of Texas, Dallas, with a dominating round for themselves. Of course, catching 2, Fiasco and Invage, and then a little bit of extra damage on Pistachio as well. Solid job there for Priestley and for St. Clair in general. Top to start, Priestley going to find Fiasco once again. Swizz looking to get that bomb planted. He might be able to sneak it out here towards this B site. There is, I believe that's Pistachio, right near Sauce. Not going to find him at the moment anyway. Slowly creeping more and more towards that B side. Pistachio is ready. That's by the vent, of course. Swizz does manage to find another elimination, does take down Kane. So now, 2 on 4 here in favor of St. Clair. Lavelle going to lead the charge here towards this B site. It's going to get planted down. Let's see where does University of Texas Dallas decide to make their move. Invage tries to peek out. Sauce was ready and waiting for him. Going to end up retreating. Not a bad call. But now it's down to 1, and it's going to be the takedown. Nice shot from Sauce to finish this one up. Now Saints are 1 more away from taking care of this search and destroy. There's, of course, that last kill. Invage tries to make the play onto Sauce, and that's going to get shut down. So St. Clair in the lead once again. It's back and forth series, absolutely putting on a show for us tonight. And I definitely thank you, thank you all, of course, for tuning into this one. The Saints back on the defensive side of things. We'll now have to see where they end up lining up. A little bit of a different scrimmage of sorts. Do you see the trophy case? Swizz wisely not taking the shots. Is going to wait for Kane to make the move, and sure enough takes him down, but Lavelle also gets taken down in the meantime. Priestley has a decent view here from the top, but he is starting to get peppered a little bit. Finds Fiasco, takes him down. 1 more player left. It's all up to Pistachio to try and make the play up against the rest of the Saints. Saints, in all theory, they could just stall this out if they really wanted to. But as you can see, I think that's Swizz there along the side who's has an idea where he is, and Pistachio is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's going to try and take the gunfight, and it's not going to happen, which is going to mean St. Clair take this in a 6-3 fashion over the University of Texas, Dallas. All right, so they answered back rather nicely there. Search and Destroy looking much better there for St. Clair. The hard point in game number 1 was kind of close-ish. I think it was 250 to about 150. Chat, feel free to correct me on that one, though, by all means. But this one, much better looking here for St. Clair. Flipping that one around. It was neck and neck for the first 6 rounds, but then something just clicked, and Saints went off on a tear. Now, let's look for game number 3. Should be getting set up right now, so this is going to be control. We're going to have attack and defend, basically. We used to have domination in Modern Warfare as a competitive game mode, but it's been replaced with control. And basically, for control, you take that idea of holding multiple points at once, but now you have limited amounts of respawns, and it's like attack and defend style. So one team strictly defends, one team strictly attacks. So looking forward to seeing this one. The last time we got to see Saints last week in this, it was rather convincingly won in their favor. Either they captured both sites like relatively quickly, or they did essentially just frag out, and they did take down all of the lives left on the side of their opponent. And this one is going to be on Crossroads, which is a map, of course, like I was saying before. We saw even a lot just last week. We saw it twice. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one ends up turning up. University of Texas, Dallas versus St. Clair College will continue in just a few moments. We'll be right back. If you've not done so already, be sure to follow us here on the Saints Gaming CA Twitch channel, because of course there are still many more matches left to this season to go. Of course, tomorrow, more TESPA Collegiate Cold War going to be taking place at 7 o'clock. Then we have a couple days until Wednesday, 6 p.m. Hopefully we'll have some League of Legends action in OPSC. That season's getting close to completing, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens there for the League team. Then December 4th, it's Friday at 8 p.m., Rainbow Six Siege and the Collegiate R6 Winter. That's a season opener happening right then, right there. It's been a little while since we got to see the Rainbow Six team in action. Looking forward to seeing them compete. Then once again, we have another weekend full of TESPA Collegiate Cold Wars. We have 2 matches, one Saturday 7 o'clock and then one on Sunday 7 o'clock. So if you're here for some Call of Duty action, you have a lot coming up this week and you don't want to miss out. So make sure to follow us, of course, on Twitch and our other social media platforms, of course, like Twitter and Facebook, and then be sure to catch our gigantic VOD library on our YouTube channel as well. Stick tight. We should be getting ready to start game number 3. It's going to be Control on Crossroads right around the corner. Oh, what's this? Accusing Penguin. Thank you for the resubscription. 3 months. Thank you for the support. All right, thank you everybody for continuing to stick around with us as we get ready to hop into game number 3, hopefully within a few moments here. It's not a standard Saints Gaming stream if there isn't something that completely throws a wrench into the match being played itself. Unfortunately for the side of the University of Texas Dallas, looks like one of their players signed up for a tournament the same time as their TESPA Collegiate Cold War match. So they're trying to figure that out right here, right now. We have Pistachio, Kane, and Envage here, but we're still just waiting on Fiasco. So hopefully within a few minutes we'll get underway. It's currently being dealt with. And as soon as I get an update for you, of course, we'll be right back around a corner. I apologize for the delay, but unfortunately, some schools don't take into consideration other teams' time and production's time. So we'll be right back with hopefully game number 3 in this TESPA Collegiate Cold War series. All right, Saints Nation. Figured I'd hit you up with the update. You may have seen the score switch just a moment ago. So, yeah, so Fiasco signed up for a tournament that was taking place at the exact same time of this collegiate match, thinking that he could stop his collegiate match and have us all wait a little bit so he can go finish up that match real quick. But unfortunately, no, that's not how this goes. So St. Clair, by default, get a timeout win on the control map. So game 3 goes over to the Saints in this situation, and now they have a small amount of time left here for Fiasco to finish his match because they were going to sub a player in, but it's not registered on their roster. They have no subs, so unfortunately, for the side of University of Texas Dallas, which I know personally, this just frustrates me because this was a fantastic match and whatnot, extremely even back and forth game, and they have a couple moments here. Either Fiasco hits this lobby up, otherwise it is going to be played 4v3. And I'm looking right now to see what exactly they're going for. As of right now, I do not see the player in the lobby. So this very well could turn into a 4v3 for St. Clair for this final map. I definitely hate to see it, but it is what it is. You got to be responsible when playing Varsity, so it is what it is. Crossroads is still the map, but this time we're going back over to Hardpoint. So with the University of Texas Dallas possibly in a position to play a player down, that is going to be a tough task for them to try and do. Granted, not impossible, but versus a team like St. Clair, definitely going to be rather difficult. I'm seeing ours thrown in chat, so it looks like it is what it is. We're going to be playing this one out as a 4v3 with St. Clair being favored because one of the players wanted to go play in another tournament. So unfortunate there for the rest of the players on the side of University of Texas Dallas. But this match will be happening and continuing within a couple moments. I think you have a couple more minutes here on the timer. And it looks like... Okay, it looks like there's actually now we have admin pausing the match for a brief moment because apparently playing a player down is actually not even allowed and would be a full forfeit. So we're trying to figure out what's going to happen if we can get Fiasco back into this matchup, or is he going to be timed out? I apologize that there's a chance that's the way this match is going to end, but we'll be back in a couple moments to figure out the conclusion, if we're going to see a game number 4 or if that's going to be curtains right there right now. We'll figure out shortly. Thank you for sticking around. I'll have an update for you guys in a couple moments. Thank you for sticking around, of course, Saints Nation, as we were looking to hop into game number 3 and 4, but unfortunately, Fiasco still opting to play in his tournament. It's not going to make it back into the game in time. I'm not sure exactly in which worlds that, like, say if you're... Let's just think about it for a second. Let's say I'm playing in an NHL game. We have production. We have the teams ready and waiting. And then you play the first period. You play the second period. But you also want to stop the game midway, the arena, the fans, the production. You want to stop it to then go play some other matchup that you have in a different location. I have no idea how that would be allowed, and I have absolutely no idea how then how we, the team here ready to play, would be the bad guys in this situation. Blows my mind, but nonetheless, I want to thank everybody for sticking around for the matchup. Unfortunately, it is going to end in forfeit. It is going to be a final score of 3-1 in St. Clair's favor after the initial 2 rounds were played, but we're not going any further from here. Thankfully, for Call of Duty action here this weekend, that isn't the end of it, per se, so hopefully we can have ourselves a full match with actual proper teams that show up and stick around. But anyway, Sunday at 7 p.m., more TESPA Cold War action, of course, once again, starting at 7 o'clock. Then Wednesday, we have our next matchup, and hopefully the OPSC League of Legends match. We'll have to see if that ends up happening as well. Then on Friday, 8 p.m., season opener for the CR6 winter season in Rainbow Six Siege. Looking forward to seeing that as well, of course. And then another 2 matches next weekend for Call of Duty Cold War. The TESPA Collegiate Cold War season continues Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. respectively. Definitely apologize for the frustration that may be in my voice and whatnot, but you can only be bounced back and forth around and played around and messed with for so long before you start getting a little tilted. But nonetheless, a big thank you to our Saints for coming in and watching the match tonight. I'm sad that it got cut up short. And of course, I do want to thank the sponsors, of course, that do even allow these broadcasts, allow our teams to happen. Of course, that being St. Clair College, St. Clair College Alumni Association, the St. Clair SRC, Zeckelman School of Business and IT, PC Outlet, and Tim Hortons. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. Unfortunately, we couldn't get you as much awesome content as we could today, but we play with the cards that were dealt. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow for a full match of TESPA Collegiate Cold War. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care and have a good night.